hold on. Now, you already know Porsha Williams was arrested. We talked about Porsha. We showed her mugshot. Where is Porsha mugshot? Let me put it up here. Porsha Williams. Oh, you know, Porsha made her mugshot, her profile picture on Instagram now. You know, she got her little street she got her street cred now, so you can't tell Porsha nothing. She probably gonna put it on a t-shirt like her big sister Nene did, but I digress. Porsha, you know, she didn't look too pleased. She did not look too pleased when, you know, she got arrested. She didn't stay, you know, too long, but she has now spoken out. She's now broken her silence after being arrested. She hit her Instagram earlier today and shared a few details. She said, you know, that she was going to be on MSNBC talking about justice for Breonna Taylor. Now, if you didn't know, Porsha was arrested alongside Tamika Mallory and Yandy Smith earlier this week. She has also shared like several images of them together saying, you know, we are marching for justice. You know, a lot of people were skeptical. A lot of people seem to feel like, you know, Bravo about to start filming. Is this a made for TV situation? Now, another thing, yes, okay, and I wasn't gonna bring that up, but I'll just go ahead since you brought it up, Isaiah. Is this tattoo? Where is this tattoo coming from on her neck? That Porsha is really embracing her thug life. Like, she got a whole tattoo. Let me find it. She got a whole tattoo on her neck. Y'all see that tattoo? Is that a real tattoo? Is that a fake tattoo? What is going on with Porsha and this tattoo? Now, it's henna. Okay, look, I don't know. I am asking the question, Cherry. Is it henna or is it not? How y'all know it's henna? Did she say it's henna? Was she on vacation? She got her henna tattoo? Okay, everybody say it's henna, it's henna. Look, I'm the one look, I don't pay attention to Porsha neck. I've never seen it before, and I was just wondering where did it come from? Because all of a sudden she got this mugshot with this tattoo on her neck, and it's like it was the perfect time, wasn't it, for her to get this tattoo? But I digress. Now, Porsha was on MSNBC earlier. She shared it on her Instagram account, and I want to, you know, we can look at a little bit of it. Let's see what Porsha was talking about on MSNBC today. Hold on.
Developing news in the investigation into Breonna Taylor's killing by police. New today, the Louisville mayor will be investigated for his handling of the case. The Louisville City Council releasing a press release saying that they will be investigating, quote, the action and inaction of the Fisher administration. This news coming a month after attorneys for Breonna Taylor's family accused the mayor and the police department of withholding information to cover up the truth. This week marks 4 months since she was fatally shot inside her own home 8 times after police used a no-knock warrant to gain access to her apartment. And there have been 0 charges. 1 officer, though, has been fired from the police department. Protesters continue to fill the streets in Louisville, Kentucky, in fact, marching for racial justice, not just there, but across the country, all of them demanding charges in the case of Breonna Taylor. Hundreds gathered at the Attorney General's house in Louisville demanding action. 87 of those protesters, believe it or not, were charged with disorderly conduct and trespassing. One of those arrested protesters joins me now, Porsha Williams, star of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Porsha, great to have you with us. Thank you so much for joining us. First of all, yeah, tell me a little bit about your decision to join the protest and subsequently your arrest and release.
Well, I decided to join the protest because just like many Americans, feel it's just a complete injustice for it to now be 125 days that we are waiting on justice for precious Breonna Taylor's life. And for me, love is an action word. So I can't just sit at home, post on Instagram, etc., and feel like I'm doing something to help this push forward. This entire situation needs to be escalated to the next level. And for me, whatever it takes to make that happen, I will happily be a part of that. I happily sacrifice myself in my freedom in that moment to raise awareness for Breonna Taylor. Just because it's not in the media, media. Just because, you know, you're not seeing it on social media as much as you were before, her life matters more than ever now. If we don't seek justice for her, if she never receives justice, that's an injustice to all of us, African Americans, all humans. So at this point, you know, I'm infuriated. I actually would love this to go to the Supreme Court. I don't believe that Louisville is investigating this properly. It's completely botched. And so I am definitely here to use my voice, my platform, my very body and being to seek justice for this beautiful African-American queen.
Tell me a little bit about the experience that you had with Breonna Taylor's mother, a woman who I've had a chance to speak with on the air here. I know that you posted about spending some time with her. Talk to us about that experience, what you told her, what she told you.
You know, Breonna Taylor's mother is a very strong spirit. I only was able to meet her briefly. She actually sat outside of the jail and waited on all of Until Freedom, the organization I was with, until we got out. And when we got out and I gave her a hug, I could feel her strength. I could feel her being thankful that we were out there trying to give her daughter a voice, making sure her case gets the justice, making sure that these cops are being arrested for the murder. She is a very strong person and I admire her, and I definitely want to, you know, admonish everybody to continue to pray for her, and hopefully I'll be able to have other conversation with her in order to bring more light to Breonna Taylor's case.
Porsha, tell us a little bit about what you plan to do now for this case. Obviously, you said love is an action word. You went to those protests. Protesters were arrested. But where do you see the public pressure campaign against officials in Louisville for some kind of action against these police officers?
I do think it's a start in that they're investigating Greg Fisher. You know, I think that it is incredibly negligent for any of them to be able to lie down comfortably and sleep in their homes while Breonna Taylor wasn't afforded that right. And nothing has been done. You know, when we were actually jailed, there was a statement put out by their attorney general, Daniel, basically saying he's been investigating, etc. We all know from the facts that have been put out here in the public that this investigation was completely so it has to be escalated to the next place. The number one concern for me is the fact that they're investigating themselves. That cannot be the place. That cannot take place at this moment. Me just being in their precinct, they're all friends. They're buddies. So if you listen to the investigation tapes as the interviewer is interviewing the police officers, she's actually putting words in their mouth. That's a known tactic to help their own. And, you know, this is a good old boys club. We are at this moment in Black Lives Matter trying to dismantle white supremacy within our police system and the entire system. So yes, we absolutely need an outside group to come in and investigate this. They cannot police themselves.
Yeah, so just to pick up on that, you don't believe that the officials in Kentucky, in Louisville right now, could credibly investigate what happened to Breonna Taylor. You think, at least from what you've seen and learned so far about this case, there is some kind of, not maybe intentionally or not, but a cover-up of what actually happened?
There's absolutely a cover-up. When you turn around and you create Breonna's law banning no-knock warrants, but yet the cops are lying and saying that they actually did alert her when they entered into her home, that is not true. They actually said that they thought drugs were being mailed to her home. Well, but there is a complete statement from their mailing system who actually said that that is not true. They have not had anything being shipped to her house, you know, in such a number that they felt they needed to alert anybody. So there are so many different things that are wrong in this case and so many different levels of cover up that we as a people demand that there be an outside investigation. I personally demand that the Supreme Court please step in and create justice. Listen, if she does not get justice, you have to know that the unrest that we are living in now is only going to get worse. And I do believe that our country wants to. I would pray that they would want to make sure that everybody feels like equal humans on this earth. The fight against racism is not just against black or white. We're fighting for humanity. People are out here being treated as if they're not even human. So if anybody loves America, if you love your fellow brother and sister, no matter the color, I would ask you to use your voice to help push this case to the next level for Breonna Taylor.
Porsha Williams, we appreciate you lending your voice to our program tonight. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, I'm Ari Melber from MSNBC.
Subscribe to our
YouTube channel below. You could have been anywhere in the world.
Well, I mean, I got to give Porsha her props. I mean, she is very outspoken. She is speaking her truth, and she is, she is the one to do it. She has the largest platform of anybody that was out here. So I can't hate on that. I can't hate on that. Salute to Porsha for being on the front lines. Everybody ain't able. And honestly, I hope Bravo did get it, because we need to see this. We need to see this part of Porsha. We need to see this part of activism. We need to see it. We need to get it out. And I appreciate her for it. You said you pray all 29 people get the charges dropped. Was it 29? They said 87. Didn't they say 80 something on in that MSNBC? It was a lot of people out there. But again, you know what I'm about to say. I digress. I appreciate Porsha. Salute to Porsha and Dennis for being in Kentucky. Dennis was out there too, but I don't know why Dennis didn't get arrested. That was kind of odd for me personally, is that, he was seen sitting there on the ground as she was being arrested. Now, I don't know what Porsha was doing different. Maybe she, went a little bit over the property line or whatever the case may be. But let me see what these charges was. Hold on a second. Let me see. Porsha Williams. Hold on. What were the charges? The protesters were charged with a felony because officers heard them chanting that if they didn't get what they want, they would burn it down. Wow. Louisville police said Wednesday afternoon in an email statement referring to Cameron's house. That was deemed an attempt to intimidate, persuade, or influence the attorney general's decision. I mean, they are trying to influence his decision. That's the point. The Jefferson County Commonwealth Attorney's Office was not consulted about the filing of the felony charges. Spokesman Jeff Cook said on Wednesday. Cook said a judge at the county's district court level will decide if there is a probable cause to move the felony charge to a grand jury. If the grand jury indicts on the charge, the Commonwealth's attorney will then assume responsibility for the prosecution. The protesters were also each charged with disorderly conduct and criminal trespassing, both misdemeanors. Cameron said the protest won't bring justice and only serves to further division and tension within our community. Yeah, right. From the beginning, our office has set out to do its job to fully investigate the event, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, we still waiting for justice. He's still sitting on his hands, and the protests will continue. You said you feel like Porsha wants to pick up the mantle and fight for justice the way her grandfather did. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It is nothing wrong with that. A felony, I hope the charges get reduced. I hope so too. Porsha didn't look pregnant. Why y'all keep saying Porsha pregnant? Is she pregnant? Is that what the rumor is this week? That Porsha is pregnant? There are a lot of rumors going around. There are a lot of rumors. We really do, Michelle, and stop playing the negative part of Black people's display all the time. I do not only play the negative, Cirilla. I come here for commentary, good, bad, or indifferent. Some people may not like what I have to say, but I have the right to say it just as you do. We all do not have to agree. That is it. She's not pregnant. Okay, Mr. Woodz. The incident report in this case wasn't even filled out. It just had her name on it. The rest of it was blank. Interesting. Well, y'all giving me the tea, honey. Porsha been pregnant ever since she had blood. That's what the people keep saying. They're trying to put it out there. I understand, but people make light of our own people. We're not making light of anything, Gail. I promise you I'm not. That is the reason why I chose my platform 12 years ago to talk about people of color, Black people, African-American celebrities, is because I feel like not enough people were talking about them. So my thing is, whether I talk about them good, bad, or indifferent, it's a good thing because it continues the conversation, period.